Okay, hi, my name is Adam, and this is a 1986 Beaver, which is actually made by Monaco. This is a 34-foot Class A motorhome. There's just under 24,000 miles on the drivetrain. This RV has a 454 gas engine. It also has a Banks power system that was added to it as a feature when it was originally purchased. There's an awning here in the back, an awning here. Those come down, those work. Here inside there's a generator push button to start. Over here on the other side of the RV in the kitchen is another push button to start the generator. And over here where the driver sits, there's another push button for the generator, so you can be on the road and just basically push start it from anywhere, so you can run the AC. There is zero pitting in these bumpers. You can see my Jeep in the background. The reason there's no pitting on these bumpers, and believe it or not, these don't look as shiny as it gets, because this is stainless steel or mixed with aircraft aluminum, but the hubcaps over the rims are also, they look brand new when they get cleaned up. So the RV actually needs a bath right now. I keep it covered under this tarp just for obvious reasons, to keep water from hitting the roof, to keep leaves off the roof. There is a little bit of water that gets in towards the back, but when I have this tarp here, it prevents that. It's no mystery to where the RV has a small leak. There's no damage inside as far as rotten wood, because it's all solid wood. There's no particle board in this entire RV. I weigh about 210 pounds. I can walk all over the roof here. The roof's solid. The RV is solid itself. It just needs a little bit of more attention than I'm able to give it to get it prepped and get it back into its prime, which isn't very far. The only cosmetic thing that bothered me about this RV the whole time I've had it is this door here. This is the old exit door for the driver. There's a step there, you can get in and out. This door has some rust on it up at the top, and there's an old repair somebody did right here. Part of the door is rusted behind that. This is just a piece of sealant, a rubberized gasket that's hanging down. But besides that, I think the outside's in great shape. It still has a lot of shine, honestly. And this is original paint. There are faded spots. It's not perfect, but you can see again, here's the grill. No pitting in the grill. It still looks really nice. So here's the other side. Now, for some of the work that this RV will need, it's nothing major in my opinion. It's just based off of a little bit of neglect on my part. But this awning here, it's supposed to open all the way out to here to create an entire porch area. It's not broken, but this is made by SPEED awnings, SPEE-DEE. These awnings are very nice. They're high-end. It still will work, but it needs to be fixed. So it basically is frozen up here. The springs just need to be looked at by someone that's used to working on these. Relubricate the springs or the mechanism, and then that will unlock, and that whole awning will come down. And it's in good shape. The actual tires have dry rot, as you can see. They have great tread on them. Really good tread, but they all have dry rot. Doesn't stop me from driving it. I don't go that much faster over 60 or 55. I've taken this on trips before. I scored some really good tires from a gentleman that took these off of another motor coach. These will actually fit. I have 4 of them. They have over half or just about half of tread on them, 0 dry rot. And so you have right here 4 out of the 8 tires that I'll have thrown in with the RV. Okay, we're on the inside of the RV right now. I'm standing in the kitchen area and I'm looking towards the front. Right now the curtains are drawn shut, and that covers the dashboard and the instruments and all that for driving. Right here is an access panel when you can lift that and have access to the top of the motor. And this TV does not work, but there's a TV right there. Those fans work. Those speakers work for the stereo. The only work that the air conditioner needs is a thermostat installed, because once you turn the AC on, it will freeze you out. And it'll continue to get colder and colder and colder, and you'll have to shut it off yourself. If you don't shut it off, then eventually the air conditioner would freeze over. But it's a pretty simple fix. I'm not an AC guy. It does work. You won't be hot, but it will need that thermostat so that you can adjust the temperatures. Other than that, I run it for a couple hours and then I shut it off for an hour. Run it for a couple hours. If I was living in this again, it would bother me, but for what I use it for, it hasn't been bothering me, and it's been perfect. So right there is an ice maker that actually still works. I haven't used it, but I know that it still works. There's a freezer there. Now if you look at this, these are all solid wood. All the cabinets are all solid wood. That's actually a wine rack up there, holds wine glasses. Nice little kitchen area. You've got cabinets up here. A microwave area. That shelf was put in poorly. It's just to hold the microwave. So that shelf can be taken down. There's no damage done to the original cabinets. It was just put in there temporary. This is the kitchen area. You have tile there. You have a wood floor. And then towards the back of the RV, there are actually two twin beds. I put the blinds in myself, so all the blinds are new. So there's two twin beds, closet space here, and then on this side we have the bathroom. So you basically have the commode here, the sink, and a walk-in or a stand-up shower with like a little mini tub at the bottom. If you wanted to, you could sit and shower, or you could sit in a little bit of water and have a tiny micro bath, I guess, but it's not too uncomfortable. Okay, now I've drawn the curtains back to show you the dashboard. So the dashboard has all kinds of stuff going on. Right here you have cruise control, which a little dusty, but it does work. This right here is for the floor jack leveling system, which probably, I mean not probably, it could work, but I've never worked on that personally. I haven't spent that much time on that. This is your switches for your left wiper, your right wiper. You can pause the video, of course, and read that yourself and go along with it. As far as I know, and the last time I started it, which we're going to start it again here, was a few weeks ago, but this right here where it says air economy, that works. The fuel gauge works. We're under a quarter tank right now. The voltage meter works, the tachometer works, the speedometer works, the transmission temperature gauge, that works, the oil pressure gauge, that works, the engine temp, that works, the stereo right here, that works. I showed you a spotlight outside. This right here is actually the spotlight. You can switch from flood or spot, which is the filament inside of the actual spotlight. And this right here, you can turn this to the right or to the left. All the way to the left is actually slow, and all the way to the right is fast. And what I mean by that is, this right here is a toggle. You can move your up, down, left and right. You can just, maneuver it however you want. And outside you can move the spotlight. Some people might not know why they have spotlights on the front of a large RV, and they're called docking lights, or a parking spotlight. Basically, you can use it to shine the trees. If you're coming into a park at night and you're not familiar with the park, you can use the spotlight to see the trees around you and things like that before you park, so you don't hit anything at night. Nothing major wrong with the RV as far as getting it down the road. Look, here's your speedometer. You have 23,301 miles on this, and it hasn't been turned over. I've got paperwork that comes with the RV that shows the mileage. This isn't 123,000, this is 23,000. It's not because there was any issues with the RV. It's because this RV had a different life path, I guess, and it was parked more than it was driven. One issue I know of right now that I couldn't find it for a while, but my battery would drain. I would park the RV and the battery would drain. You need a new cigarette outlet because the actual push-in part melted. Now behind the dash, I've recently unplugged that once I saw that this was melted, so that was interesting, but I took care of that as far as it drawing on the battery. This right here is a monitor for the backup camera, and even though it's an old monitor, old camera, it still works. When you put the RV in reverse, that will turn on. This right here, this is a feature that was never added, but you were able to basically get a custom horn for these things. Right here, this clock works, and right there it says the generator has 10 hours on it, or I'm sorry. Yeah, it says the generator has 10 hours. I don't know if that's true or not. It'd be crazy if it was true, but I do have all the records. Supposedly this RV just sat. I've gone over the RV. Right here you have, you push those buttons to the left or to the right, and you can check your capacity in your holding tank, your LP tank, water level, battery condition, the water pump. Basically, that all works. But basically that's just a junction area for you to check all the tanks. I don't want to get rid of this RV, honestly, but I do need the money, and I know that I'll get an RV in the future, but this one's a great RV. I have bought it and used it for 3 years now, and I love this RV. So, that's about it. Okay, this is a cold start, 1986 Beaver 34. Because it's carbureted, I always pump the throttle. Just give it 3 or 4 pumps, and then go to crank her over, let the fuel pump kick on, and then I'll bump it over. Cold start. Right now it's got an automatic choke, so it's going to idle high and it'll warm itself up. See, we don't have any interesting lights on right now. If there was something wrong, those lights will light up. Okay, it's been warming up for quite a minute, about a minute or two. So right now I'm gonna tap the gas with my foot and it's gonna go down to idle, okay? Tap the gas. And there's the idle. Remember, this was a cold start. Okay, I'm gonna let that run. We're gonna go outside. It's not a really loud motor. We're right next to it. Doesn't have any crazy exhaust leaks. It doesn't have any crazy water or oil leaks. This is what it sounds like at the front grille, standing in front of it if you were talking to somebody. It's not very loud. You can see that it is running a little rich. There's a little bit of smoke there. It's running a little rich, but it's always running good, and it always has run good for me. I'm going to set the camera down. I'm going to go inside and then throttle it so you can hear it revving a little bit. Okay, forgive me for all the dead space on this video of me not talking and whatnot, but I'm not gonna edit this video so that you can see it's still running. Okay, it's been running for the duration of this video, about, well, we'll go back and look at that, but we've been filming for 8 minutes. Okay, so let's go inside and look at our gauges, see what the gauges are telling us. Okay, engine temp, we still haven't come up yet. There's my face in the background, but the engine temp has not come up yet. There's the voltage. So at a higher idle, it's sitting above 12.6 volts, it looks like, something like that. Okay, well, that's it for right now. Thank you for viewing this video. If you have any questions after this video, send me an email or give me a call. This is Adam, and again, this is a 1986 Beaver 34 made by Monaco.